inertia about the center. If you want to calculate, so the total is 2 length. This is related to L. How this varies? Suppose I double this length in either side, and I am going to calculate the moment of inertia about this center from the original length. So how this varies? So that variation is given by this formula, that is integral x square into dm. This implies this is nothing but a scaling. This is nothing but what scaling. So L is scaled 2. So the scaling of L, that is, if I scale by 2 here, it goes like 2 square. Similarly, there is a mass change. Mass also scaled because the length here higher, double the mass. So the mass also changes like this. So this gives x square d. So therefore, moment of inertia for 2L at the center is equal to 8 times moment of inertia of L. You agree? So that is so therefore this is 8 times. So you call this 1. Similarly, the same thing I can do. I can write like this: 2L. I can compute the moment of inertia at the end. Suppose I take only half of this. This gives this part alone. So this is 2 times of this gives this one. 2 times of this gives this one. So this implies this is some like I 2L C. This is equal to 2 times I, and this is here, but at the end. So I call this equation 2. So compare these two. So you will get one relation, that is 4 times I L C, that is equal to I L. So left hand side of these two equations are same. Therefore, the right hand side you can divide it 4 times. Now one can use the parallel accident theorem, that is I wrote here. So which implies what is I end? So I end is 4 I C L I L C. This is equal to I. So 4. This is IC ILC plus m square ml square by 4. ml square by 4 this time. So this is 3 ILC, that is equal to ml square by 4. So ILC is equal to ml square by 2. So I didn't do any integration, just by drawing the figure I can compute. This is called quick way of calculating the moment of inertia.
Second equation.
This one, sir. See, this is total 2L. So half of this, the moment of inertia about the center only. So the half of this is 2 times of this. So I didn't do any integration, just by drawing the pictures one can compute. So I will do only for this. Other problems like triangle, all those things you can read at textbooks. So just motivating you. Now the same thing can be extended to something called fractal objects.
Half of that means you are taking that with respect to center.
Yes, sir. So suppose I cut this 2 times. Next one is you can extend this to the fractal objects, like suppose fractional dimensional objects. Maybe you can consider only for to motivate, since it's a motivation thing. So I am going to do same calculation for linear, that is similar. Suppose I have a line which is having a length 3L. For calculation simplicity, I will write as 3L. Now you divide L, maybe this portion you remove. So this is L, and this is L, the removed part also L. Okay? So like contour set, we will draw for fractal things. So this is equal to, suppose I want to compute the moment of inertia about this axis, this perpendicular axis. This is equal to the moment of inertia of this object with some scaling factor. The same thing, same way I am going to relate. So this is a smaller one for length L, and this is a bigger one of length 3L. I choose 3L because if you choose 2L, then 1 by 2, 3 by 2, 3 by 2 I have to split. For calculation simplicity, I have taken 3L. Now, how this is scaled? That is very important. This is scaled. I have to use the same formula. That is I is equal to integral x square dm. Now look at this length scale. Length is scaled by 3. So therefore it goes like
1 by 9.
that is 9, that is 3 square. 3 square. Length is scaled 3 square, therefore 3 square. But what about the mass? Mass goes like 2 because so there is no, see, mass, total mass is for this one is m, for this one is m, maybe I can consider this one is m. And how this is changed? 3 times m it should go, but middle part we have removed, therefore mass goes like 2, therefore this goes like, so 18 x square d. So this goes like this, the scaling goes like this. When you go, so look at these two problems, similar problem, but since this is fractals, it goes like 18 times this. We call this the equation 1. That is, I can write in this way also. That is I2L center, not 2L, 3L. This is equal to 18 times IL the center. The same thing you have to do. So at the ends, so this part you rewrite this. This is 3L. This is equal to half of D. This is half of D. This is this we have to calculate. This is yeah. This goes like, because this is half, therefore it goes like 2 times. So therefore this is 2 times. So I can write this is equation 2. So I 3L center, this is equal to 2 times I L at N. Now compare. If you compare 18 ILC, that is equal to 2 ILN. So ILN gives goes like 9 times ILC. So after this, we have to use this parallax. So I didn't do any integration. So by drawing the pictures, we are calculating. So from parallax theorem, this is I L N, that is equal to I L center plus M, that is L square. So this is 9 ILC, that is equal to ILC plus ML square. Therefore 8 ILC, that is equal to ML square. So ILC, that is equal to 1 by 8. So it goes like 1 by 8. So if it is not a fractal object, so it goes like 1 by 3. So 1 by 12, and this goes like 1 by 3, which is larger, greater value compared to that. So this is because the distance is bigger, therefore we have larger value. Now we can compute the dimension of this object. That is very important. So the dimension of this object is calculated using this formula. Okay, let the size of the object
Dimensions means?
dimension. It's a fractal dimensions, right? The previous case it is a one dimension problem. Now I'm going to show that this is not one dimension
You
problem.
are
This is
taking the object in the form of canvas. Now what is the object here?
fractal objects.
What do you define? You take one third, you remove it.
Yeah, I removed. So we'll take only one part and then we'll compute them. Suppose you imagine that some about some perpendicular axis, the center it is rotating. It's in a mo-
I understand the thought. We first taking a rod and then moving the
Middle part.
middle one part, and then of this piece you again remove the one part,
Yes, sir.
and finally you will be left with some points.
Yes, sir. But what I'm going to calculate is, suppose you have some fractal object like this. I have the total length is L, whose mass is M. Then about this is a fractal object because this is L by 3, L by 3, L by 3.
That's not a factor object, but if you remove, keep doing it, final thing will be factor.
Fractal object, but I'm considering only the one part of that.
Only one dimension.
Yeah, one.
But if you do it in say infinite times, then you will be left with no mass, right?
Infinite.
No, not infinite, zero
Mass, zero mass. Yeah, therefore, what is that? Infinite.
But why do you bring in fractals here? Sir? I don't understand.
Just for motivation.
You're taking one part, that's all.
Yeah. Let us compute the dimension. See,
What if you done?
dimension I'm going to define. How to compute the dimension? We'll compute for the previous case as well as now I have computed. No? Both the cases will compute the dimension and we'll see the difference. The dimension is defined as the increase in the size of an object. Let us denote by R. And the increase in the volume of an object, you call it by some M. Maybe volume because
Size means length.
length and volume because of mass. Okay, therefore R power D is equal to N. So take logarithm on both sides. D is equal to logarithm of R. So this is the idea. For the previous case problem, if you work it out, that is not the fractal one, the previous one. R goes like, that is length goes by 2 and N goes by 2. Therefore,
Why?
Sir?
See no, I don't. The previous problem there's no volume, right? It's a thin rod.
No mass. Where is mass is proportional to volume because
But
it's
there's
a
no volume.
no length. Of course, length here it is one dimensional object. It's a general formula. This one.
Oh.
So I have. And
So
the
volume will be called as length itself.
What is the
general formula. So
Generalize the body.
Okay.
Two dimensions will be area.
So it will be like
And for three dimensions of the body. Fractal body. Hyperbole.
hyperbole. More than 3 is called hyperbole. So therefore, this is D is equal to logarithm of 2, that is 1. So therefore, this is one dimension. Correct? And this one dimension. Now you can calculate this one here. This is D is equal to logarithm of 3, 2, whose value I have given. This is 0.63. So this is not. This is a fraction.
Yeah, my question is, this will have a finite number differentiate. See, if you remove one edge and you retain only two edge, then after 2 steps it will be 2 by 3, it will be 2 by 3. After